Hey, welcome to the second episode of the fourth quarter finish. Today, we have our other team members, Walker and Austin. They just got back from college for their winter break, and I thought we should talk about some football today. So, if you want to go ahead and start it off.
Start off with the Saints game this weekend. I'm a big Saints fan. I'm Austin. We're playing the Panthers this weekend. We got the Monday night game, prime time. Makes me a little nervous just because, I don't know, Saints don't usually perform that great during primetime games. But big matchup against the Panthers. Rivalry there. I'm really looking for a big blowout here. I don't know about you guys. I'm really hoping for a big blowout. After losing the Cowboys 2 weeks ago, we kind of need a big win. Having a rough start against the Tampa Bay last weekend was kind of a scare until we pulled that one out. But a nice win would be against the Carolina Panthers would be great. Shove them even further back behind in the playoff rankings. In that game, though, I'm looking at the two running backs, Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, that combination. Christian McCaffrey's had some great games recently, and there's a lot of competition there between which running back's going to come out on top this weekend. I just hope, for our sake, that Drew Brees gets back on his swing of things because he's had a couple rough games lately. I think he's due for a big game. A lot of passing yards coming. Looking to Michael Thomas. What's been hurting us lately is those injuries early on. We've lost Cameron Meredith, a huge addition to the team recently, and we lost him. He's out. Ted Ginn, who got hurt, he is old, but he's a great, reliable receiver for us. We had to look for new guys. Des Bryant, who then got hurt. We're left with Michael Thomas. We had Traquan Smith, who's he's been great this year. But other than that, there's not really big standout receivers for us in this next game or recently. So maybe that's affecting Drew Brees' throwing percentages and yards. I think if he gets back in his game, they have a good shot for the rest of the season.
Yeah, just going off that a little bit. Cam Meredith was actually a Bear, and I am a Bears fan, so obviously I know about him. I think, honestly, Cam Meredith could have been a huge addition to that Saints offense. It adds a whole new element. I mean, you would have Michael Thomas on one side, and then you'd have Cam Meredith, who's also a big body. I mean, I believe he's 6'3".
Oh, yeah.
He has great hip movement, great hands. I really do believe he could have been a big addition. And then having Ted Ginn in the slot would have made this offense even more explosive.
Yeah, our offense is great so far. I mean, with those additions, it could have been a great season for them. But, I mean, that's what happens. You lose some players. You got to find new players to fill those spots. And, I mean, they've done well up to this point, winning 11 games, only losing twice. So,
yeah. So why don't we go ahead and start off with Walker here. He's a little bit of a hard-headed fan.
Yeah, I'm a Giants fan here since day one. Rough season, but I'm talking about the Saints game.
hey, it's coming back.
It's coming back.
Talking about the Saints game right now. As a Giants fan, they need Panthers to lose 2 games to play the Saints twice. So really banking on Saints pulling this one out. I mean, their offense, the Saints, they got some weapons, and if their weapons are moving,
Defense has improved too.
yeah, if their weapons are moving, it's going to be an easy game for them, I think. And the only thing I'm worried about for the Saints game is Panthers are coming off a rough loss to Cleveland. Yeah. So I'm thinking they're going to be motivated, and this time of year is always a little bit crazy because everybody wants to make that last push towards the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It comes down to that last spot in the playoffs.
Yep.
See who's going to pull it out.
And going off of that, the Giants have really, really turned up the heat the past couple weeks. Their season was going into the toilet. I hate to say it, but I mean they were sitting at what 1-7, I believe.
Yep. Going into the bye,
and that just demoralizes a team confidence. To see them bounce back in this way that they did is remarkable. Not many teams have the willpower to do that. When you get stuck in a funk, I mean it is tough to get out of it. But the Giants are proving to the NFL that, I mean, they're here.
Still here.
They're still here.
And I honestly, I weigh a lot of their confidence in what they're doing right now on the head coach. First year, Pat Shurmur, he told the team, we're living in the now and we're going to go. We're not going towards the draft. We're going to live now. We have the talent. let's make this last push and show what we're really, what we're made of.
All what we're made of.
But
So, going off of that, I thought we should probably start talking about the Giants game. What are your feelings? How do you feel about it? Titans are a big matchup.
Going into the Titans game, I mean, Derrick Henry, beastly game last week on Thursday night.
At 4 TDs.
And obviously my prediction, Giants win. Big game for them if they're in MetLife. The weather's going to be a big obstacle, I guess. It's going to be a rainy game, a lot of running. Gonna see a
It
lot
should be
of
good, right?
Yeah,
Should be good.
yeah.
Should be good for Saquon, getting some extra yards there.
Yeah, Derrick Henry and Saquon.
It's gonna be a rushing battle.
Yep.
Rushing battle.
Defensive
Big time.
battle. Defense gonna see front seven on both teams. They're gonna see a lot of work.
A lot of work. Yeah. Going off of that, I believe in the Giants. I do. I think they have a very good, talented core all around. Offense, you got Odell, you got Sterling Shepard, you have Evan Ingram. Eli's starting to go on the back nine of his career, but he's played well enough to win games. So, I just think I don't know if they can go against Titans.
I don't like the Titans in this matchup just because of how well the Giants have been recently, and with Saquon, the way he's playing lately, you can't deny it. I mean, Derrick Henry, coming off a good game, but sometimes when you come off a good game, next game isn't so great.
Down.
You're on a downhill. And I mean, the Titans also need some wins though. That's the other thing. They have
they're
playoff
sitting
bound over in the AFC. Both sides, big throw up for who's in the playoffs still.
One major factor going off that is Odell is actually out for this game too with his hamstring.
That's a big one.
So
That's a
I
big
mean,
one.
last week it was a crappy Redskins team, but we showed that we don't need Odell to have a good passing game.
It's good to look at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good way of looking at it.
But yeah, the Giants need a big win if they want to make that playoff spot.
Titans. I would not count
gonna
them
be hard.
out. I would
I
not
wouldn't
count the
Titans
Titans out.
either.
But one
They are
major
a hard-nosed
factor is
team.
it is in MetLife.
It is in
At
MetLife.
New York.
That could be
And
the deciding
the fans
factor.
there once they have this push behind them after the bye, it's been a whole different
It's
culture
been a whole different culture. Big
around
time.
that.
That's a tough game.
Yep.
It's gonna be
So-
a good game to watch.
Go Big Blue, baby.
Big Blue. I think we should now move on to
Bears game.
arguably the
Oh, my
biggest
goodness.
game of the
The
Bears
rivalry.
season. Yeah, the Rams game was good, but I mean this game means a lot. First off, the Bears can win the NFC North with this game against
Push
Aaron
that spot.
Rodgers, who is the epitome of evil in Bears fans' eyes. So, this game would mean a massive amount of culture change to the Bears fans. And not only that, but Aaron Rodgers has owned the Bears at Soldier Field, actually. They have not won, I believe, a home game in Soldier Field since 2013 against
Wow.
Aaron Rodgers. So it's been a long time coming. I feel like this is the game the Bears show that, yes, we can even take down Aaron Rodgers this time.
I think they need that win. I think they need that confidence boost, especially if they're gonna make it into the playoffs. Because I mean, I don't know about. They pretty much have a straight shot.
Yeah.
At this point, but if you can't see them going over and beating Aaron Rodgers, I mean, not the greatest Packers team this year. You wonder how well they're doing in the playoffs.
Yeah. And it's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can honestly beat Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers has tormented me as a Bears fan for literally my whole life because
It's a great quarterback, though.
he is one of the best to ever play the game.
He chucks the ball.
And it's a struggle with myself, but I honestly pick the Bears over the Packers this week. I got the gut feeling. Okay, my gut feeling normally is pretty right. So I got the gut feeling that the Bears are going to eke out a victory at home against Aaron Rodgers, especially with their home record this year, which I believe is 6-1, which is quite impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's a cold game. Aaron Rodgers normally does well in cold games, but this defense is nothing like Aaron Rodgers has seen.
That's what I was about to say. The defense for the Bears. I mean, 2 weeks ago, just saying, Giants pulled out the dub. Just had to say that, buddy. No, but this defense for the Bears, crazy. I mean, Khalil Mack, Eddie Jackson.
Bojack.
He came out of nowhere. Adrian Amos. I mean, this defense, I believe, is going to shut down Aaron Rodgers. Honestly, they've just been, can I say it, 85 Bears?
85.
I mean, comparative.
It's comparative.
And
that team was.
I honestly think, going back to week 1, I mean, they're going to be motivated. The Bears are going to come out and do some nasty stuff. I feel it.
They're going to want some revenge.
Yeah.
Definitely going to be a revenge game here.
As much as I want to say it's a must-win for the Bears, I think they will pull it out just because the way the Packers have been playing. The Bears are coming off a great game. And
Big upset.
Yeah.
Big upset.
And it's gonna be. I don't know how close it would be. It's kind of a wash up there. There's no way. I don't think the Packers can overcome the Bears this game.
Not to mention the new coach.
Yeah.
Over in Green Bay without Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
And Mike McCarthy has owned the Bears. He has.
Yeah,
I mean,
you do gotta worry about the weapons though. Green Bay has still.
Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams out there probably debatably has a lot. He has a lot of yards. Aaron Rodgers loves throwing to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotta worry about that. But I mean, in the cold, he's not gonna be able to throw as far.
No.
So.
And not only that, but if you look at who's opposite of Devontae Adams, I mean, you still have Randall Cobb there,
Yep.
but he's starting to hit his past. He's about 30 years old now, I believe.
Pretty old.
And you have two on the defensive side of the ball for Green Bay. I have to admit they have picked up two stud defensive backs.
Mm-hmm.
You have Josh Jackson, I believe, from Iowa, and then you also have Jair Alexander out of Louisville. Those two were probably my most underrated picks in this whole NFL draft this past season. They have played outstanding, and not only that, but they make this Green Bay defense almost shut down sometimes, especially with Blake Martinez on the inside. And not only that, but the Packers are still banged up on the front seven. So the Bears have to take advantage of that. If I'm the Bears, I'm thinking, okay, we got to give Jordan Howard the rock here. I mean, he has 197 carries on the year, and not only that, but he has 719 yards. So he has not had that game
season.
yet.
That rookie season.
The rookie season, even the second year season, he hasn't had those games yet that you just go, wow, this kid can play. He had a very good performance last week against the Rams, 101 yards, 19 carries, pretty good, pretty solid. But I expect Jordan Howard to be a big factor in this game.
Yep.
Tariq Cohen as well, but yeah, it's going to be a toss-up for me.
All right, let's move on. Talk about the running backs. We're going to do a little debate here about two different running backs. I got Alvin Kamara. He's going to talk about Saquon. I don't know if you kind of just mention Jordan Howard a little bit.
Jordan Howard is nowhere near athletically gifted
not
as that.
the
No, I love you, Jordan. I love you,
and-
Jordan, but no way.
Yeah. So, you want to go?
I can talk about, Alvin Kamara, even though he's kind of slowed down, he does have the most receiving touchdowns in the league right now at 15. He's sitting pretty well. I think they need to utilize him a little more, especially if they want to make a run in these playoffs. With Mark Ingram coming back in the week 4, or he had four games suspension, so week 5 was his game back. He hasn't had as many touches. He hasn't had as many opportunities, but, they're still doing well. No worries there. I don't know if I'd say he's as good as Saquon is playing right now or Todd Gurley, but he's definitely something to consider when talking about like that athleticism and just the ability to make plays happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, the one thing I want to tell about Saquon Barkley is let's go back a few weeks against the Eagles, the game we blew. Saquon was dominating the first half, and then for some reason, I have no idea, coaching staff or somebody had Saquon touch the ball 4 times, and we blew the game. I just don't understand how you can have one of the best, arguably one of the best running backs in the league on your sideline and not have him in the game and have him touch the ball 4 times. Especially in a crunch game when it's division and you're trying to make a run for the playoffs. I just don't understand that.
Yeah, going off of that, I have actually a comparable story to that. It was actually the Giants game. The Bears were pounding the rock the first part of the Giants game, and it was working. Jordan Howard had 67 yards at halftime. That's pretty good. That's 67 yards at halftime is decent. You know you can improve upon that. The worst part is that the Bears then decided to give him the ball 3 times after halftime, not even giving him a chance. So, yes, the Bears did come back, but I would have liked to see Jordan Howard really have shown it there. But going off what you said with Saquon, Saquon is arguably the best, most athletically gifted running back we have seen in years, probably since Barry Sanders. And to not give him the ball in those crunch time situations is really tough to watch. I mean, I'm not even a big Giants fan, but to not see a superstar like that get touches rips your heart out.
You can't not take the ball out of his hand,
Yeah.
especially the way
the Eagles divisional
in a tight game.
as talented as he is, you can't have him only have 4 touches and a half. I mean, even though you got other weapons, you got Odell out there, but you gotta give him the ball a couple more times.
Yeah, especially more than 4, because I mean, if you guys don't know, I mean, we have Gallman, but other than that, Giants don't really have much of a run game besides Saquon and maybe Gallman. But I mean, so based off that, top 3 running backs in the league for you guys right now. What do you got?
I'll go first, I guess. My top 3 right now.
No order, I guess you can just say them.
Okay. My top 3, as of this moment in the NFL, is Todd Gurley. I would put Todd Gurley up there. My second running back is Saquon Barkley, and number 1 I would probably have Alvin Kamara. Not in any order. Not in any order.
Okay.
That's
You
just
said
Okay,
number
you said
one.
first, second,
said
third.
number
And I
one.
was
No,
like, whoa.
No, I was
But-
listing
I was
them
a little
off. No, those are my top 3, not in any specific order. Just those are the top 3 backs in the NFL right now.
Off from the NFC too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
AFC's hurting for running backs right now.
Le'Veon's out.
Yeah,
I mean,
Le'Veon
yeah.
out. You can't really.
You can't.
There's a lot of open
Le'Veon
spots
got a
there.
little too greedy. Do you
Leonard-
guys agree?
Yeah, Leonard Fournette got injured early and he's struggling.
heard
this
He's
year.
struggling.
Still a great running back, but you can't have him up there
there.
competing with all the other ones,
Yeah.
especially what their team's doing too this year, and dropping off.
Yeah.
I say my top 3 definitely have Todd Gurley up there. I want to put Kareem Hunt up there, just because the Chiefs. I don't know. He just seems like a good back. I don't want to be only one-sided here. I don't think Alvin Kamara is a top 3 running back anymore, so I'd have to put Saquon up in there in my top 3.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah. How about you, Walk?
Obviously, Saquon. I mean, that man is just something else. I mean, think about it. Every time he touches the ball, I don't know about you, but for me, my breath goes away because he can take a 5-yard run and make it to the end zone. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
He's incredible.
He is crazy. And then obviously, I mean, Todd Gurley just doing something else. You know, he's crazy.
Very athletically gifted.
I mean, and then my third. I mean, that man over in Dallas. I mean, I'm a Giants fan. I see him twice a year. I gotta give it to him. That man, he's huge. He's built. He runs hard. He runs north-south. He is he's not Saquon, let me tell you. He runs north-south and he gets the job done.
Gets the yards.
I mean, that's Dallas's game plan. I mean, their playbook is around Zeke. I mean, that's why he does have the most yards in the NFL. I mean, that's just him. So, that's my top 3.
One thing on Zeke that I've seen this year that is different than his past years, I feel like Zeke actually got slower. I feel like I do. I feel like he doesn't have that. He's still. Don't get me wrong.
He's a
still,
big boy, dude.
I know he's a big boy, but like last year, you would see him and he would be streaking down the field, looking like Saquon.
He doesn't outrun as many people.
Not as many as he like. You see what I'm saying though. He does not have that burst. It looks like that he did last year. The games I've watched, he looks a tad bit slower, but not. He's still incredible. He still gets the yards.
And
I'm just saying he looks a little slower.
the only reason I put him over Kamara is because that offensive line in Dallas.
That offensive line is insane.
And imagine this: Saquon with a good offensive line. Just imagine
It wouldn't
that,
even be
please.
comparable. You can't even compare.
Like
Saquon would probably have 2,000 yards right now.
easily. Like, I mean, not gonna lie, the offensive line has kicked it up since the bye, but like.
Yeah, they've played pretty well. They started doing what I call the mesh.
Yeah.
All right, offensive lines need
Just
to
throwing
mesh.
stuff. Yeah.
So They've really improved their game.
The Giants you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, just would have hoped for your sake they did that a little earlier in the season.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
there's
It could
a
be a different
chance.
season.
There's a
always a
chance.
chance,
There's
so.
always a chance of the
There's always a
playoffs.
chance.
But there's got to be a lot of losing teams.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Can't win them all.
But-
All right, let's talk about these playoffs.
I don't have much to say. I mean,
Yeah, the Giants
Yeah,
are
that's only if you get there.
only if you get there.
But
the only way the Giants. Okay, I'll start off because mine will be short and quick. Giants have to win it out. A lot of stuff has to happen. I'm not going to go into that. but
Lots.
Giants definitely have to win it out. If they win it out and a lot of other stuff happens, they would have to go actually to Chicago again. But I don't think
I don't.
their hopes
I don't
of
know.
getting there is slim. And if they do get there,
They have
they're
to
going to
play
play a mean Chicago
Mean
team
Chicago team.
in Chicago, and the fans there in the playoffs are
They're next
motivated.
level.
I mean,
This is.
it's crazy. So I mean, that's my. I mean, I obviously hope the Giants go all the way, but I mean,
At
that's
this point,
not happening.
that's what happens, though. You are
Yeah.
gonna have to go play that Chicago team. Whoever team makes that final spot between it's the Vikings, you got. Well, I don't want to put Carolina in there just because I don't think Carolina's gonna be able to get there. But yeah, still, you got Philly. You even have Green Bay that could possibly make it if they
Yeah.
pull some
Magic,
stuff out
Aaron
of their ass,
Rodgers.
but-
Pull some stuff out of that. Exactly.
But you even get the Giants, get the Lions, still all up for question. An 8-8
NFC
team.
is a toss up.
The NFC is very
tough.
Look at the
NFC toss-up.
NFC East.
But even if you look at the AFC, you've got all these freaking six
Six
teams
and-
win
yeah.
win teams.
There's like 5 of them, I believe,
there's
that
6
are in
and
the
4.
playoff race.
You got Baltimore, Indiana. You got Miami. This Miami team that beat Patriots recently. You
And
got
the Bears.
the
beat the Bears.
Tennessee, if they come off a win against the Giants, if that happens, they're all playoff bound, and it's just crazy.
Comes down to that last
Even
spot.
Cleveland can make the playoffs, and who God knows when they made the playoffs last.
1998.
Dude, I don't know, but
Vinny
mean,
Testaverde's coming
there's
back.
there's that
I
last
mean-
spot open for any team out there to make that last playoff spot. But they're gonna have to play a tough team when they get there. You have
Yeah.
Chicago, then you'll probably have to play either New England or the Chargers, whatever happens over in the AFC with all that.
AFC's
It's
tough
hard
one.
to determine that quite yet, but
Well, let's talk about the NFC, boys. Number one team. I mean,
can we
you
meet?
guys think you're
Yeah,
gonna meet in the playoffs, or
I honestly, here's what I'll say. I believe the Bears are a first round win team, second round loss team.
okay?
If we have to go to the dome down there and no, I don't like it.
Man.
I don't like it. As a Bears fan, I know that dome, and that dome is scary to play
Seems
in.
it was the other way around though.
If it's the other way
Saints playing
around,
at Soldier Field, that's
In
a
the
game
cold,
so much
the
closer.
wind.
it's closer.
In the
I think the
cold,
Bears.
oh my.
I think the Bears beat the Saints if they come to Soldier. I really do. The Bears have played so much different at home this season than on the road.
I mean,
it is
look
incredible.
at the Giants. Look at the Giants game.
Well, yeah. I mean, they
In
played
New York.
lackluster. They really
Yeah.
did. I mean, the defense flat out did not play well, and the Giants actually held Khalil Mack.
Yeah,
They did. They did a good
that
job.
offensive line did something.
Khalil Mack still got a sack, but I mean, it was nothing like you saw from
Yeah,
Mack.
no.
And I don't know if you go to Chicago in the play, I don't know if you can beat them if you're at Chicago.
well, we'll have to see because we're gonna have to see what the Packers do in Chicago, and
Well, yeah.
that's gonna be the face of
Here-
the playoffs. Because
here's the
this,
difference.
This has a feeling to me as a playoff game.
This does. I mean,
This
it
Sunday.
feels like a playoff game. I'm
so
not gonna
that's gonna
deny
be
it.
like a little preview of what we could see from Soldier Field and what happens
Definitely.
there as a Bears.
Here's one difference I see, and that is the two top teams in the NFC right now are both southern teams that have warmer weather. When you go to Chicago, we now know what happens when a warmer team comes up to Chicago in the cold at 26 degrees.
I mean, look at
Todd Gurley,
Todd
28
Gurley, yeah.
carries. 28
Yeah,
yards.
yards.
That's
the whole
They didn't
game.
get
That
that
is
back to do it
unacceptable.
though. I mean, having a back like that to take that many carries, it's hard to stop.
It's
him.
hard to
Yeah.
stop, but I believe that the Bears at Soldier are unbeatable if they make the playoffs at Soldier. I mean, that's a tough game.
Yeah.
The Bears going down is also tough because they're a cold weather team. They're going to go down. We saw it with the Bears going to Miami. That's a tough game
Yep.
because they get exhausted quicker.
Yep.
So that's kind of I think the
Something to
Bears
do
will
with
play the Saints in the playoffs. I truly believe it.
Okay. Well,
Gotta get past the Rams.
week 15, boys. Week 15.
Thumbs down.
Super Bowl. Who you got right now?
Oh. We in the
Honest-
Super Bowl or in the Super Bowl?
In the Super Bowl?
In the two AFC,
teams in a
NFC.
row.
Go ahead, Austin.
I gotta put the Saints up there. If they play the way they've been playing, and Drew Brees picks up his game a little bit. After last year, they're gonna be hungry. They had a chance to make.
Minnesota.
They had a
Minnesota
chance to make
Miracle.
they had a chance to play those Eagles, and I do believe they could have played the Eagles a lot better than Minnesota
Easily.
Mm-hmm.
did. And I think they're gonna be hungry for that Super Bowl. They're gonna be in there. I think. Then on the other side, the AFC, I'm gonna put the Chargers. Chargers are playing unbelievable with that big
Yeah.
win against the Chiefs, that 1-point win.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing with Melvin Gordon. When Melvin Gordon gets healthy, they're gonna be
They're
unstoppable.
gonna be a tough team.
They're just gonna have to be able to beat Houston team that's playing great. And
How about Tom Brady? He's
Tom
always
Brady
in
and
the
the
picture.
Patriots. I don't know about Tom Brady this year.
Take a year off for number 10 or 12 there.
I can't deal with the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
No.
I'm sorry, Braden.
Yeah,
No,
Braden.
sorry, Braden.
It's not happening.
It's not.
Not happening this
No.
year. Not after losing to Miami this late in the season.
No, that was
Miami.
incredible. And
Put Gronk in on defense. Oh my goodness.
oh my god. You know, that's just the Braden way of playing football right there, is put Gronk in the end zone.
What did he do, man?
Yeah.
So-
All right, what about you?
For me, I'm gonna go ahead and put the Saints at the NFC side. For me, it's a toss-up of the Rams Saints, because the Rams, I mean, they can
beat them
play.
pretty well last game.
They can play really well. The Saints also can play really well. So the one fault I see is both defenses kind of have a little flaw here and there. They do. They have a little bit of a little thing. But if I'm taking straight up talent, I'm taking the Saints. The Saints have more firepower than the Rams, in my opinion.
You never know. The Bears might make it to that spot too.
The Bears are my dark horse team
I mean,
to make the
they're
Super Bowl.
your team. I mean, you want them to be there.
I
but,
do
like,
want them to be there, but I'm going based off reality. The way this season has been, I could see the Bears in the playoff. I mean, in the
only
Super Bowl.
thing
But
I'm going into my
chance.
opinion right now, and I know we'll finish up
yeah,
yours.
no,
but
you're good.
I want the Bears to be there, but their offense is too unpredictable. You just don't know what Bears team you're gonna get.
You don't know what Trubisky you're
Trubisky's
going to get.
throw
Exactly.
3 picks.
The 3 picks
You can have
Trubisky or the
six
6 touchdowns?
touchdowns.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You don't
You
know.
never know.
So,
But
and AFC
yeah.
side,
AFC side, that's a tough one. I really like the way Patrick Mahomes playing. I really do. Their
Pat
running game
Mahomes.
suffered, though. Their running game suffered with Kareem Hunt
Yeah, that
being
hurts.
gone. That really hurts. So, if I'm going the AFC, I'm gonna do a dark horse team. I'm gonna pick the Texans. The Texans. You're forgetting the Texans have 2 great linebackers,
Clowney.
Clowney and Watt.
Yeah.
And Watt's technically
Yeah.
a linebacker, technically a defensive end. They're
Great
both
game tonight,
technically.
too.
Great game tonight. Both of them had a great game tonight.
Yeah.
They have one thing that the Chiefs don't have, and they have experience.
Mhm.
The Texans have a lot of veterans on the team that are playing
DeAndre
well.
Hopkins.
Hopkins,
JJ Watt is
JJ
hungry
Watt is
coming out of
hungry.
that. Yeah,
Exactly.
like, that man is a different breed.
And they are playing hungry right now.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, they barely eked out that win over the Jets. It was tight up until the last 5 minutes
Still
of
won,
the fourth
though.
quarter.
Win is a
won.
win.
Win is a
You
win.
gotta know that.
Yep. So I'm gonna do my dark horse team as the Texans.
Texans Saints.
Texans Saints. I think that would be a good
That'd be an
matchup.
oddball if like Super Bowl
Okay.
there.
Okay.
All right.
As a Giants fan, I want to say the Bears just so I can say the Bears beat the Super Bowl team, but I gotta say the Saints. I mean, they're the amount of veterans on that team, from Michael Thomas, Drew Brees. I mean, Drew has been in that position. I mean,
Many times.
I honestly think. I mean, the Rams obviously could be there too, but I just think they're too young of a team. I mean, young coach, young quarterback, young everything.
Suffering
pretty
from
much.
injuries
I mean,
too.
Yeah.
the injuries will hold them down, and then.
Cooper Cup. That was a
Yeah.
hurt one.
And then, like I said, with the Bears, I mean, the Bears, defensively, Super Bowl team.
They're
Easily.
definitely a Super Bowl defense.
They have the weapons on offense. It's just what
never know.
Trubisky shows up
What
with
Trubisky shows
and what plays they're calling. You know, so I gotta say the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
Ram.
AFC. I gotta go with my homies, bro.
My
Pat
homies.
Mahomes, bro.
Mahomes got my
Dude,
homies.
Pat Mahomes is a different breed.
He's something else.
I mean, he sounds
Yeah.
like Kermit the Frog, but
Like,
come on,
you guys
now.
saw that no look pass,
Yeah.
right? I mean, whew.
I mean,
Okay,
I
all
know
right.
the running game is gonna be scarce and stuff, but I mean,
They
Sammy
still got
Watkins.
Tyreek Hill.
Still got Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
And he's different.
Is it Sammy Watkins on there too?
Sammy
Or
Watkins
is
is
it
on
the
there, but he's
Rams?
kind of.
Or, is he on
Sammy
the
Watkins on the Chiefs.
No, he's on the Chiefs.
Okay, yeah.
He's.
that's
I
what
think he's
thought.
hurt though.
He
He had an ankle injury or something.
I mean, if they're healthy,
He's been all over.
He's bad. Yeah, he's.
But I mean,
Good
if they're
receiver,
healthy, I think the
Yeah.
Chiefs can definitely get there with their DBs and everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I believe that.
Mhm.
So, just kind of wrapping up our show. Final thoughts from you guys on the state of the NFL. Kind of last thoughts.
Super Bowl round 2 MVP Drew Brees.
Saquon Barkley is better than Alvin Kamara.
9 Bears in the Pro Bowl. That's all I gotta say. Akeem Hicks, you're my man. So, I guess that's gonna wrap up the show today, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and please subscribe to the channel.
Go check out the last video too.
Check out the last video.
And comment any suggestions you have for any other videos we could do. So.
And we have more videos coming out very shortly. So stay tuned.